Welcome back to another episode of Bulldog Bark. I'm Samaya Chadwick, and I'm here with
Mrs. Stader.
And I'm also here with
Janine.
Meadow.
Carrington.
Miss Stader. I have a couple questions for you. First off, can you tell the people who may not know what exactly a school counselor is?
So Mrs. Kanak and I are the two guidance counselors at Monrovia. While our offices are in the high school, we also take care of students in the middle school. And our roles are pretty varied. We talk to students about social emotional issues. We're not mental health therapists. There's a difference in our roles, but we do talk to students about, if they're having a great day, if they're having a lousy day, if they just need a time to have a safe place to kind of chill out. We talk about grades and classes and the classes they need and what their goals are for life after high school, and just make sure we have students who know they have a safe place to go to just for whatever they need.
Where did you go to college, and did you originally study counseling when you went to college?
No. When I first graduated, I went to IU Bloomington. I finished my undergraduate degree at IUPUI. Then at the time it was IUPUI, now it's IU Indy. I received my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and I was a probation officer for 11 years before I decided to become a guidance counselor, and then I got my master's in school counseling from Butler University.
When in your life did you decide that this was the career you wanted?
So when I was in high school, I wanted to be a probation officer. I was intrigued with why people made choices they made, and I worked specifically with people under 18 who had been arrested. I did that for 11 years, and after I had my second son, I wanted to be in a much more positive setting, and I felt like going to school counseling was a good segue into working with the same age group, but on the more positive end. So it's just progressed through the years.
What does your school day normally look like compared to students?
So that is the joy of my job, is that every day is something new. I have a schedule, and I have meetings that I have to attend, and students I have to meet with, but I never know what each day brings, because if a student's having a crisis or a parent stops in to visit, obviously everything else is put on the back burner. That's generally what my day is. Right now we have a lot of students applying to colleges, so I have to send transcripts to schools for students. We're getting ready for parent-teacher conferences tomorrow and the financial aid meeting. We have 21st Century Scholar activities coming up. Each day brings something new.
What's one positive trend that you are seeing in student success or wellness right now?
It's really refreshing to see students who are passionate about what the next chapter in their life brings, and the kids who are really invested. And we talk a lot about college, and we try and tell the kids, whatever you are, be a good one. And if college isn't the route a person wants to take, whether it's military, going in the workforce, or trade school, whatever you choose, we want to help make that happen. And so I'm proud of students that are taking it seriously, because life is short and it goes by so quickly.
So of course, being a counselor is very difficult at times, especially with like PSATs or SATs coming up. But what would you say is the most rewarding part of your job as a student, as a counselor?
Hearing good stories. Like I have a former student I had asked about, and hearing that she is enjoying college. I've had some students who have stopped me along the way, and years after they've graduated, and just thanked me, and just knowing that I remember my high school guidance counselor, and to know that students generally remember their counselor, their teachers, and I want it to be a positive memory, not a, so I do my best to make a connection with all my students.
What's the most common academic mistake you see students making, and how can they avoid it?
Well, I think time management. I think it's challenging now to be younger because cell phones, technology, AI, things like that are definitely coming into play, and all those things need to be used for good, not evil. I don't want to say evil, that's a strong word, but I want all those things to be used for good. But just finding a balance between social media and friendships and academics, that's my hope for my students, to help them be successful.
What are some good study methods for juniors that will be taking the SAT this year?
One of the best ways to prepare for the SAT is to, next week we have the PSAT for all juniors. And once students get their scores back, they can take their results and use that as a study guide. The SAT website has great study tools. Khan Academy has great study tools. So, approaching these tests seriously, all students, regardless of their plans after high school, have to take the SAT, the PSAT, and the SAT. So approaching it seriously, and then once you have a baseline, studying from there would be helpful.
What information will be provided for students that will attend the financial aid information meeting on Thursday, October 23rd? Where can students that can't attend get more information?
So Invested is a group that we use. We have tacked on this financial aid review meeting at the end of our parent-teacher conferences. And we've done that, so we already have parents in the building. It's geared towards seniors. We have a couple of juniors who are graduating early, but it's the first step in the financial aid process. So students are expected to fill out the FAFSA, which is a free application for federal student assistance, and Invested comes in and does a presentation on everything financial aid. So the differences between loans and grants and scholarships, and what students have to pay back, and what's a gift basically. So it's just an overview night tomorrow night, and then we follow it up with a FAFSA completion night on November 19th from 4 to 7 in our high school library. On that night, they come back and they sit down with families who come into the library and help families fill out the FAFSA.
What is the FAFSA completion night, and what should students take for this event to be prepared?
Sorry, I got ahead of myself. So the FAFSA completion night is a night dedicated to assisting families from our community complete the FAFSA. And again, it's the first step in any sort of financial assistance. So we encourage students, families, even if they say we know we're not going to get any assistance, there are some scholarships tucked away within the financial aid office of each school that award scholarships that students may not know about unless they complete the FAFSA. So they will be here from 4 to 7 on the 19th, and parents need to bring, it's based on income taxes from 2 years ago. So students who will be entering college in fall of 2026, it will be based on income taxes from the year of 2024. So bringing that information is helpful. Students and parents both have to get an FSA ID, which helps with your electronic signature, and that you used to need more time, but it happens more quickly now, so you should be able to do it all in the same evening now.
What are some scholarships that you would highly recommend students to apply for?
So Mrs. Herr in the guidance office does a great job with notifying students of the scholarship opportunities that are available. If you go into the guidance office, right outside of Mrs. Knox's office, there are 2 metal racks. And as the year progresses and the scholarships come in, which they generally come in around Thanksgiving, there'll be a front page that's like right now it's a blue sheet of paper, and it has all of the criteria for each scholarship. And behind that paper are paper scholarships that you can take. You complete those, students complete those, and they turn them into Mrs. Herr. If it requires a transcript, and we'll add that once you turn in. Letters of recommendations, if you have to ask a teacher for a letter of recommendation, we encourage you to only ask, don't ask several teachers and choose the best one. You know you're going to ask a teacher who will give you a positive recommendation. And that's pretty time consuming, so it's really important that students are very aware of teachers' time and respects that. But the scholarship cycle starts, we're getting some in now around Thanksgiving. The Community Foundation opens up more scholarships, and then most students will learn of scholarships they'll receive at the senior banquet, which is I think it's April 30th.
And lastly, what is your best advice for students struggling with time management or procrastination?
Procrastination is an easy rut to get into. Sometimes students find that the more they have to do, the better they are, because if they have too much time, they tend to put it off. So it's a good life skill now to figure out the time management that works for each student. You know, if it's a matter of doing homework, you know, do your homework as soon as you get home from school, have a snack, have dinner, or if your schedule allows and you can't get home until, you know, 8 or 9 o'clock at night, you have to get into a routine at an early age, because you're going to learn that the habits that you start now at this age do carry into your adult life. And so it's important to find what works for you. And sometimes people say, well, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I've never done it. You have to be willing to change. If a student is not successful in a particular class, if they've been doing the same thing, they have to be willing to go outside their comfort zone and try our study tables, come in for the Math Assistance Center or the English Assistance Center, go outside their comfort zone and try something to try and find some positive changes for them to take with them.
Thank you for answering all our questions, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
That's all for you, Bulldog Barks. We'll see you in the next one.